Hey, what's up, guys? Toogie here, back again with another episode of my Seattle Sea Cattle Draft to Glory franchise mode series. And today, well, we look to move on from the biggest disappointment in this series history, as we took Minnesota to 7 games in the first round, only to be eliminated in overtime. We were down 3-1 in that series. We came back and we nearly pulled off a miracle. We were down 3-0 in that series, and we nearly pulled off a miracle. We didn't, and now we get to move on towards the drafts, in which we've had terrible luck in the past few years, mainly because there have been later draft picks. The only real high-end talent that come out of the WHL primarily seem to be within the top 10, and then it really drops off from there, at least on average. Of course, there have been some exceptions, and we have them on our team, but that's typically how it goes. So I don't know what we should really expect here in this episode. Hopefully, though, we get to walk away with a little bit more optimism. I'm not sure if it's just going to be the draft in this episode, as the Sharks basically pull off the double. The Sharks and Barracuda both win the Stanley Cup and Calder Cup, respectively. We'll take a look at the awards, of course, and the progress reports. I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be. We'll go along with it and see how well it works out. But I'm hoping to be in a little bit better mood. Not that I'm in a bad mood because of it, but having just even loaded this up and looked and been like, oh yeah, that's right, we lost to Minnesota, who lost in 5 games in the second round to the Vegas Golden Knights. San Jose swept Washington in the final. Oh boy, it wasn't being upset. It's more disappointment. It really is. I'm like a disappointed parent right now to have watched this team go out there, to have just been so terrible in the first 3 games against the defending Stanley Cup champions, mind you, and the President's Trophy winner, to have come so close after scratching and crawling, just fighting to get their way back into that series. It's just, again, it's the biggest disappointment we have had yet. And I hope, in a way, that doesn't change. I'd at least prefer there to be the potential of perhaps being more disappointed at a later time. The only way I'm going to feel this way again is if we lose in the Stanley Cup final. That's it. It's the only way it can get worse, because we were right there, 2-1 final. Just damn. But again, we have to move on, and that's what this episode's about, at least starting now. So taking a look here, of course, as always, I'm just going to focus on the natural growth column as opposed to the current overall. Obviously, some people will be higher overall, some people will be lower overall. That is what it is. Kyler Yamamoto's down to a 79. Not really surprising, seeing that he's 34 years old. And that is the only changed overall on the main roster. Down in the AHL, Ronald McChesney, up to now a 78, so he will more than likely be making his NHL debut next season, which is very promising. The next green that was way down here, Jamie Redden, up to a 74 now at 22 years old. Do we have anything else? Janik's up by 1 to a 72. Oh boy. Smoskowitz, the backup goaltender that we drafted, is now a 64, as is Zach Duda. A decent improvement from Adrian Lockhart. We knew he was a lower overall, but he's up to a 62 now. That's not too bad. And Stan Clifford as well, up to a 61, but that low top 9 potential obviously quite weak. John Law's not an important member of this team with that potential, I guess, to put it nicely. So we've had some player development. Of course, the majority of players here at the bottom of the list will never be anywhere near this team, both the NHL and the AHL level. And that's, that really just kind of shows you, if you've been kind of, I don't know, if you're somehow just getting involved in the series now, that kind of shows you just how bad the draft has been for us. But who knows, maybe today is our day. Of course, this is the first year now in 3 that we don't have an extra first round pick. I don't want to talk about what we were able to do with that extra pick that we had from Washington. The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So let's not talk about it beyond that, as Nathan McKinnon retires, over 1,200 points. Draisaitl up over 1,100. 1,000 points for Larkin and Barkov as well. Rantanen finishes 4 points back of 1,000. You couldn't play one more year? You're still an 83 overall at 36 years old. Goddamn. I wonder, though, who had the highest goal total? Probably McKinnon. Probably. Yeah. Larkin and Draisaitl, though, both over 400. In terms of goaltenders, just 2 of them. Robin Lehner and Connor Ingram. So there you go. Those are the retirements, the awards, the bracket, the everything. Let's get down to business. It is draft day. Let's see if we can somehow, some way make something happen here. Walking away with 1 or 2 half-decent players is pretty much the goal. Let's take a look at the WHL. Of course, none of these guys are going to be eligible for us or are going to be available. Will Zancanero, not eligible. Zajac, though. Orlando Zajac. We will pay attention to how good he is. Jesus, Reckis, who the hell knows? Wouldn't have been eligible. Wow, 2 players in the top 5. That sucks. Bentley and Zajac. From there, West is a no. Grant Finger is a no. Great name, though. Eric McPherson. Smith Pelly? No, we will not be getting the new DSP on our team. Or Bradley Tan. And, I mean, that's top 10. Case in point, though, you see the high-level talent that comes out of the WHL. We've talked about it before, of course. Bobilev, oh boy. Kovalchuk could work. I'd say we need forwards more than defenders, but Kovalchuk could work. What about Kearns? Russ Kearns is also eligible. All right, now we're getting there. Bobilev's not going to be eligible. That's fine. What about Manning? Also not eligible. Flaherty is a no. John Quirk. Okay, we're looking good. We have 3 players that are eligible so far out of the top 10. I'm feeling all right. And from there, though, no first to second round. Just straight into the second round, which is pretty surprising. Threlfall, I should say, also not eligible. Howes is a no. McKenzie's a no. Come on, it's got to be someone. Prince George. Holy shit. 3 guys in the second round and then nobody in the third. Oh my God. So we just flat out need to hope that one of these 3 guys are eligible. 1 forward, 2 defensemen. So the hope is for Kearns. I'd be all right with Kovalchuk. I mean, I'd prefer Quirk, of course. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sim to our pick. Jaquezie, Ragnarsson, Manning, Bobilev. Oh no. Spooner, Lane. All right, so Lane's off the board. Dean Lane was eligible. Agostini. Kearns is gone, so we're not getting a forward. Quirk is gone. Damn it. So we're stuck with Kovalchuk. Both Quirk and Kearns are off the board. That sucks. I'm not surprised, though. Bentley and Zajac went 2 and 3. Reckis was medium franchise. So, yet again, this is looking like it's going to be a poor draft for us. I mean, we're going to make the only choice that makes sense. I just pray he's medium top 6. It's going to be Zach Kovalchuk. He should be about a mid-60 overall. Maybe low-end 60s, but Kovalchuk is our pick. Good Lord, he's only a 60. Right. 60 overall. He's 17 years old, though, so, I mean, he's a half-decent prospect, given what else we've gotten in this draft. Just, oh, God. Really? Back-to-back medium elites, including a 72 overall in the second round? Come on, man. You're taunting me at this point. 89 offensive awareness. What is this? 3 medium elites in the second round. Come on. This game is taunting me. These great level players in the second round, none of which are eligible. And I get it, obviously. You know, we know what we were getting into. I knew what I was getting into by having these restrictions. But really, you can see what I'm saying. It feels like the game is taunting me a little bit. Look at the 76 overall with the 28th pick. Oh my God. This game just gets to be ridiculous around this point in time as far as the draft goes. And now we got to start looking for 4th rounders, so this should be fun. Duripos, not eligible. McBain, not eligible. Nor is Lyles. What about Wyman? Nope. Matvachuk, no. Shannon, nope. McCormick, nope. Atkinson, 5th to 6th round. Edmonds, no. Tim Edmonds. Stoll, nope. Gagliardi, Jesus. 6th round. Postma, nah. Sandlak, Smith, I hate everything. Draper, kill me please. Arneson, oh my god. Grantham, it's Grantham, also not eligible. Murata, I just cannot believe this. Greentree. Sharp. That's it. That's it for projected players. Oh my god. How did we end up with the team that we have? It does not make sense that we ended up with some half-decent players throughout the course of this. It doesn't make sense. How do we have the team that we do? It just doesn't make sense. How did we have that much luck to even get Trent Bengoa in the first place, you know? It just doesn't make sense. We have the high top twos, which, I mean, at best, they're medium seventh, really, which might be worth the risk. 76 offensive awareness for Larry Scott. You know what? Larry Scott might be worth it. I think I'll probably just take the risk on Larry Scott. I haven't taken a lot of high AHL top twos because, again, they can't move up that far, but might be worth it. Was he even eligible? He wasn't. God damn it all. I'm just getting desperate to take anybody half decent. Oh my god, none of those guys are eligible. All right, well, in terms of defense, do I go down the unknown? Oh my god, I got 30 seconds left. All right, give me a second. Timeout. T-Mart. Let's go ahead and go back to defense. This is brutal. So brutal. But we will make the best of it. And that's why that loss to Minnesota is that much more important. Because this is our golden generation. We have nobody else really coming down through the pipeline aside from a half-decent player here and there. That's about it. We need this team that we have right now to be the team that gets it done. Because if they don't, there is no success. There is no gold at the end of this rainbow, meaning at the end of this series. That's it. Like, it has to be the players that we have right now, or it's over. Really, I should be looking for forwards, but I really should be looking for forwards. Yeah, I just want to see who's eligible defensively, though. I mean, we have our 7 picks, so it's worth the risk. Was Addison? Yeah, Ben Addison was the guy I looked at. Milroy, Linglet, and that's it. So we have 3 possible defensemen. Good to know. Forward-wise, let's see. Who wants to break my heart now? DeSantis? Hey, Dwight DeSantis. There we go. All right, that could work out. Bonks is not eligible. And from there, Jonas Bonks, though, is... I mean, the only reason I want to take him is maybe he's high top 6. You know, maybe this game will decide, hey, let's cut this guy some slack for once and help him out a little bit. Forelli, also eligible. And then Crane, also eligible. Might want to take the risk that he's better than what it's showing. So, you know what? We're not going to take any defensemen, especially with the improvement of, God, I can't even remember his name. But, I mean, our defense is looking fine. It's mainly now forwards that we have to worry about. So, Forelli was eligible, as was Crane. Let's take a look here. Anthony, not eligible. Ballard is... All right, so we have a couple of right wing options, which is fine. I don't expect any of them to be great. Left wing, Dingle. Good old Dingle. And Wayne Black, I imagine it really drops off from there. Yeah, it does. And then at center, it also drops off heavily. So this is going to be a very right wing heavy draft for us. Let's go ahead and take DeSantis. Dwight DeSantis, the 19-year-old playmaker from the Seattle Thunderbirds. Dwight, how tough are you? You're not tough. You're not good. Low bottom 6. It couldn't even be medium. It couldn't even be medium top 6. It had to be low, or medium bottom 6. It couldn't even be that. It had to be low bottom 6. I don't like. I normally am intrigued to see how other teams did, but really, can you blame me for not being that interested right now? Just let's get this over with. All right, next up, hopefully your high top 6. I'm going to take Jonas Bonks, 18-year-old from the Thunderbirds. Can you be high AHL top 6? Nope. No, you can't be. You can be a 53 overall medium potential is what you can be. Thanks. That's not soul-crushing for me. Just go over to the pinned players list, and now we get to take the risk. We'll start off with the grinder, Rod Crane. from the Tri-City Americans. Rod Crane, how good are you? You're not. Again, we're hoping for medium bottom six potentials with anyone that's selected as a high top six, and it's not happening. It is not happening. There is not one redeeming player here, aside from our first round pick, who's never even going to be that great, I'd imagine. Brandon Ferrelli from the Tri-City Americans. 6'4". Are you good? No, you're not. So we have one player so far that we would contemplate signing in the future. Probably would. It's not really saying a whole hell of a lot, though. Ballard. Jordan Ballard is the pick. Ballard, how good are you? You are the worst one yet, because of course you are. To the 7th round we go. Yeah, just show me Biega there for Pittsburgh. Thank you. Thank you, EA. Love ya. Love ya. All right, let's... who the hell do we even take here? Do we go for a complete unknown? We probably do. Any complete unknowns at center that are eligible? Kenny Cashman. Why couldn't he be available? Like, even if he's terrible, at least he has a great name. And that way I feel like I can have some redeeming value, right? I mean, come on. Nothing would be better than me drafting a guy named Kenny Cashman. And you're not going to let me have that. You're also not going to let me have a center. So that's cool. Left wing, do we have anybody? Harvey Trotter. Not a bad name. Probably a terrible player, but you never know. Ralph Packard. Arnold getting the Packard. Tristan, I'm not even going to pronounce your name, buddy. Heward, nope. Peterson, nope. Ray, nope. Boro, yes. Marvin Boro. Hey, he's 20 years old, too. There might be an outside chance of him being half decent. Probably not, but you never know. And Pettinger's the last one. Spokane, also 20 years old. Damn. Maybe going for the unknowns never works, but maybe it would have this time. So you watch now. I'll have to sit here and make the decision. Matthews is 19, so we probably won't take him. Odeline's not there. Odeline. Pusher, William Brown, Hargrave, Delmas. No. Von Fersen. No. Neal. Nope. Turns out he's not the real deal. Step on. Speaking of which, James Neal's goal. You know the one from the Stanley Cup final? God damn, what a goal. What a goal. He hasn't washed his hair, so he's a weirdo. All right. Who did we have pinned? We had these 5. So we have the two-way, 20-year-old Marvin Boro from the Everett Silvertips. We have the grinder, Isaac Pettinger from the Spokane Chiefs. We have Harvey Trotter, who we're going to unpin. Davison's 19, and Matthews was 19. So it comes down to Boro or Pettinger. Who do we go for? Isaac or Marvin? Every team needs a good Marvin. And I feel like it's better if he's higher, like if he's a higher potential. I'd rather have a low elite two-way than a low elite grinder, even though that's never going to happen. Marvin, welcome to the team. Holy, yes! We got a medium bottom 6 potential. It's everything I ever wanted. Beautiful. There we go. A medium bottom 6 forward. Do you believe in miracles? I do. Because that was one. What a victory for us, huh? What a victory. Off to the re-sign phase we go. That's that little bit of optimism that we needed. A true 7th round steal, at least for this series. That might as well be the equivalent of us getting a medium franchise goaltender at like a 70 overall. Okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point. We have $41 million to spend. Hopefully, we don't find ourselves in any serious cap trouble. Hargrave needs a new deal. Let's do it up. Chelios, I'll probably bring him back and just drop Smoskowitz next year. So Hargrave, how does 1.2 million sound to you, buddy? And Wisniewski, how does a max two-way contract sound? Probably not good enough. Chelios, same thing, 3 years and a max two-way deal. On defense, we're looking okay, even though we know Bishop's going to be looking for a ton. Let's go, 2 years at let's try 2.3. Probably not enough. Gleason, you're going to be a pain in the ass to sign, aren't you? How is 1 year at 111 for Gleason? Incorrect, actually. Let's go. I'm going to sign you for like another 3 years. Here, 2 years. It's what you wanted, isn't it? Marco Polo. So let's see. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then the Gleason pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Gardner will stay. Festorini is going to be dropped. Anybody below Festorini is in trouble. Never mind, anybody below Gardner. John Lall is going to be released. We'll see what happens with Kovalchuk. Someone like Newbury won't make it. So let's go ahead and sign Gardner. Let's go. He might be willing to accept the max 2A. Maybe. We'll try it. What about Crane? Same thing. Crane, it might also work. Probably not, but I'm going to try. Riddle. Let's try it. And Marco. Screw it. Let's try it. On the right. Holy hell. Okay, this is where some of the money's going to go. Sutter wants 2 years. He doesn't want to re-sign. Let's try 2.5. Again, probably not enough. I know I'm going to have to overspend to keep them. But hey, if it happens, then cool. Belfour, let's go 4 years at 4.75. Lawrence, let's go 4 years at 2.75. Rintoul, let's go 1 year at 1.2. Sauer, to be honest, from Sauer down, I'm going to have to start worrying about, roster spots. Holy Rogalski. Okay, well, this could be trouble. How would you like, an 8-year deal would bring you up to 35 years old, but that adds way too much money. Okay, you know what? The 2 years works. How's 9.25 over 2 years sound? Chloe doesn't want to re-sign. How is, let's see. How does 6 years at 2.5 sound? Chloe, just to keep you on this team, I guess. Cedric Barabal, willing to resign at least. Let's go 3 years, bring up to 25. Bump that up to 1.4. Byron Bits. I always want to say Byron Bits. Let's see. Let's go 2 years at 1.25. There's no way that half of these guys sign for this, but damn it, you never know. We might get lucky. One of these times in negotiation, we might get lucky, and maybe someone does us a favor and helps us out, possibly. Anderson Dolan, 2 years, and we'll go 3 years. Max deal. Below him, though, I am going to have to start worrying about decline. And to be honest, I probably shouldn't even have signed Champion. Let's go from McChesney up. McChesney gets his entry-level deal. Logan Volk, 29 years old. You know what? 2 years works. For now on, I'll just start giving people what they want in terms of contract length. And then Ham Hughes, let's go 2.1. And maybe, possibly, somehow, we actually get a little bit lucky here with the re-signings. Probably not. But like I said, maybe, just possibly, this game throws me a goddamn bone for once. So let's see. As far as accepted contracts, we're going to have to sit here and spam the hell out of the buttons. That's going to be great. A whole lot of rejecteds, a couple of accepteds, but yeah, a whole lot of rejecteds. So that's good. Let's go ahead and continue on trying to figure this out, though. Again, we'll start off. You know what? I mean, I don't know. I'm tempted to jump cut it, but then again, some people are like, I want to see what you signed him for. So it'll be fine. Hargrave, 1 year at 1.5. I could have signed you for more. Wisniewski, let's go one way at 1.25. Chelios signed at least, so that's a Christmas miracle. Defensively, all right, good. Bishop rejected. What a dick. Let's go 2.8. Gleason, of course you rejected. Of course you did. Go 1.25. Marco. Mr. I only want the entry-level money. Let's go 1.25. Again, how I wish I could just get rid of some of these guys. I don't even want them on the team anymore. They're annoying. They're ungrateful. It's like, I'm giving you decent money at the AHL level, and you're like, I want to test free agency. See if someone else will sign me. It's like, they won't. You'll be working at the goddamn supermarket. Which isn't, I'm not, as someone who has worked in a supermarket, it's not a bad gig. It's not exactly the most prestigious, but it's not a bad gig. Still, AHL hockey player, supermarket. AHL hockey player, supermarket. I'll take playing hockey in the AHL on nearly $1 million a year any day of the week. And when you look at some players who have made the AHL, sometimes, yeah, you got to wonder, man, how'd you get to one of the highest leagues of professional hockey? Good for you. And to be honest, that pretty much sums up Riddle and Marco, really. When you think about it, it's like, how'd you get there? Oh, you're on an expansion team who's limited to drafting certain people, and it's a mess. That's how. And they can't get any luck in drafting anybody else ever. That would explain it. Chloe, if you could accept that deal, that'd be great. Bits, at a 78, you're going to stay. Let's go up to 1.8 for you, Mr. Bits. Why not? And then at center, Ham Hughes. If you could stop being a bit of a douche. Let's go up to 2.75. And Volk. Let's go up to 2.5. If you reject that, I'm going to kick you in the face. Moses at the 77, though, can also be signed. Why not? We're going to need him for biblical things anyway. 1.3. And that should be good, hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. Time will tell. Oh, the menus. I'm not saying they need to be sped up, but, when you go from playing MLB The Show to this, it's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, they're kind of slow. But that's okay. I love them anyway. Has anybody rejected? Chloe, I'm going to front kick you. Belfour, Hargreaves, Jesus. So many selfish people. I wish I had the talent on this roster to be able to be like, yeah, we've drafted well, screw it, I'm going to kick you to the curb. We don't. We never will. I'm stuck with these ungrateful bastards basically committing extortion, and I'm sick of it. Hargrave, you're pretty much going to be our backup until the rest of time, so you know what? Here, have a 3-year, $2 million deal. If you reject this, I'm kicking you into the pit, Sparta style. Gleason, you're also a toolbox. Let's go 1.8 million. Why not? Jesus, do you have my firstborn held captive? And Riddle. Riddle me this, buddy. How much do I hate you on a scale of 1 to the Riddler? The correct answer is Beethoven's Third. Oh, right wing. Belfour. I don't like you very much because you disappear in very inopportune times. 5.8 million, though, because why not? And good old Chuck. I got nothing to say to Chuck. 3.8 for next season. Sauer again. I need these big time contracts to hurry up and go through, because yeah. I'm gonna have to go towards 10 million for this guy anyway. Good old Pete, and then Chloe. You're also a bit of a douche, but that's okay. We love you. Speaking of which, if I'm not mistaken, who it was, I think Ryan Chloe just signed on as the head coach of the Growlers, one of the new ECHL teams alongside the better ECHL team, the Maine Mariners, in which case, congratulations to him. Career was ended due to injury, which kind of sucked, but good of him to get a gig at the ECHL level. Which, by the way, to the Maine Mariners, hurry up and release your jerseys. I want one. If you'd like to gift one to me, boy, will I continue to advertise you at every turn. But if I have to buy one, that's okay too, because it's a worthy cause. Because, damn it, your color scheme's great, and I hope the jerseys live up to match it, really. Because, again, the color scheme is tremendous. Anyway, $6 million left. That's what I was worried about. See, I told you eventually with some of these contracts, we'd kind of get down towards the wire. Especially, look, Wakabayashi next year, that's going to cause some issues. We're probably not going to be, guys our AHL defense is going to be garbage next year because I'm going to have to sign a bunch of random nobodies to fill out that roster. I think every big name signed. They did. Okay, so for forwards, we have our top 9, 10, 11, and 12 with Sidhu. So then we go here, 9, 10, 11, and 12 with Redden. So, Janik is worth keeping. Obviously. Coop. I can't really prioritize Coop. Bolig's definitely out. And then there's these UFAs at the bottom. My God, look at how many forwards we drafted. And they're all hot garbage. Boro, I'm not even going to sign. He's not that good. Pope is on his way out. Just do it this way. Sort, please. Thank you. Who else do we have? I could just go to all expiring, but that's the easy way. I don't like the easy way. I like being difficult. Clifford, we're not going to sign you because you're garbage. Duda might stay. McKay is on his way out, though. Screw that. And, yeah, Fritz, also on his way out. So, again, Sidhu represents the 12, and Bengoa represents the other 12. So we currently have 4 guys signed, potentially 5. So let's see. I don't really have that many guys to let go of. So yeah, pretty much just Connor and Sauer then are on their ways out. I'll keep Jake. I don't really want to for obvious reasons. He's just kind of a reminder of what could have been. But, you know, he'll stay for now. Why not? Let's go ahead. Duda, I'm sorry. You're 64 overall at 20 years old. It's not going to happen. We will, however, sign Jake Bengoa, who's probably going to want a one-way deal because he's a bit of a tool. And with that, we should be fine. So we're going to have a couple of players that have to sit, but so be it. We again had to hand out an absolute ton of overvalued contracts just to keep people here because nobody wants to be on this team, which is understandable given our lack of success. Let's go ahead and sim forward, shall we? Why not? Oh, hold on. Shit. You know what I wanted to do? Oh, good. I can still customize. Good. I can do it now. I thought I could only do it during the re-sign phase. What I wanted to do was go over to logos and branding. I wanted to change the team colors. I wanted to change this over to that green. Oh, that's right. Oh, there you go. Apply team colors. Beautiful. And then we'll change this one over to the blue. And we'll change this one over to the black. But see, that's why I didn't do it that way the first time. You see how weird like the text is on the Jumbotron? It's just weird. It is. It doesn't look as good. But I'm not going to go with the blue as the main point of the jersey. That'd just be weird. Although, actually, how would that look? If I go blue here... Shh. I have recent colors, don't I? Recent colors, yes. Yes, how's that look? Not as good. It looks okay, maybe. Kind of. Possibly. Maybe, possibly, definitely, maybe. Here, you know what? Why am I screwing around with this? Because why not? This is the important content. Hey, there we go. At least you can read what's up there. Fan Club. I don't know how I think of, or how I feel about the white. I guess it makes more sense. Let me see how it looks on the main menu. That's what I wanted to do, really. Because I wanted to see how it changed up. There we go. So now instead of the black, it's the blue, and it's kind of weird. How do we feel about that? Should it be green? I want to see what it looks like green. Why not? I'll tell you right now, we're not going to be doing any simming in this episode. Maybe. Maybe we could. We're about a half an hour in, a little bit over. Maybe we could. If I stop dicking around, we could probably sim. So that'll be fun, right? Oh, God. See, look, it just looks gross. It looks so bad and gross. That was really weird how it changed the camera over. Damn you, Jumbotron. Why must you look gross? What's important, though, is what it looks like from this. Oh, God, it's green and horrible. Now you can see why I put it as the black primary. Holy hell. All right, well, let's just go ahead and we'll rock the blue. We'll rock the blue for a season. Shut up, bird that's outside. You're loud and distracting. Stop it. Let's go ahead and change that back over. Beautiful. We'll give ourselves a little bit of a different look for this season. Maybe that's what we need to succeed in the playoffs. Maybe, hopefully, hey, it's worth a shot. There we go. We're blue now. Abadi abadai. It matches my attitude and spirit after getting eliminated by the Minnesota Wild. You see how we bring it all back together? It's great, isn't it? Soul-crushing depression's a hell of a thing. This is what it's like to be, name the fan base that you hate the most, unless you're going to name the Bruins, because Bruins fans know all about playoff success. But, you could name someone. I would never throw a team under the bus. especially a division rival to the Bruins. Never. Never, ever, never, ever would I. Why? Why and how would I do that? That would just be a dick move. I would never. Am I killing time because I don't want to have to find some weird random thing to put in as a jump cut for this video? Yeah, kind of. Kind of. You don't get jump cuts when you want them. You get jump cuts when I say you get jump cuts, especially with the high quality jump cuts that I have been providing lately. Top notch, if I do say so myself. I have no self-confidence, and as a general statement, but especially in what I do on YouTube, but I will say in a very braggadocious manner that my jump cuts are top notch. Top echelon. Anyway, season's here. Let's do it. I think because it only takes like 10 minutes to sim through the season, we probably will. And I hope to God we're in the playoffs. If we're not, then oh boy. Goaltending remains the same, of course. Defense will pretty much remain the same. Indeed it will. And then forward-wise, this could be an interesting question. Especially with Barabal, Volk, and Sidhu there. We have some 78s as well that we'll keep an eye on. So we have to drop 2 players. And I'm going to drop Ham, Hughes, and Volk, of course, because I'm going to go with Barabal and Sidhu. The future. The future of the team. At least I hope, really. And McChesney is up to an 80, so he is also going to be making his debut this season, which is very, very nice. So, AHL-wise, let's go best lines. Just make sure that everyone is in the lineup that I want to be there, and I believe that they are. Indeed, they are. Righties and lefties. Let's have Ma, Gardner, Crane, and just none of these guys can improve. So let's go with Riddle. Yeah, sure, who cares? Forward-wise, Coop is a medium bottom 6, and a 71. Is there anybody better who's scratched that could take your spot? Reasoner would be the only one, and that is a no. That is a strong no right there. Absolutely not. Which means we need... Actually, we don't need a righty. We're good. Whitfield, Trent. You know what? That'll probably work. Probably want Janik in a more ideal spot, but hey, it's fine. Beautiful. AHL team is set. And then NHL-wise, I mean, we know they're pretty much going to be set. Is that throwing people off that it's now a blue background? I don't know. What do you think? Does it look better? I can change it after this season, but what do you think? Wakabayashi is now with O'Donnell by default, and Reza's down to a top 4 defenseman. Interesting. Very interesting. Although I do have to wonder, I didn't really see any comments about, like, oh, you should change Bishop back to an offensive D-man, which, I could. But like I said, when I changed him, it's like, yeah, the skating and the offensive awareness good, but is everything else? Not really. Same with Parker. Like, he's a perfect two-way. You get the deal. We don't need to have that discussion before. I feel like everyone's pretty well set up. What are we going to do here with this team, though? Oh, I think. Sidhu's not going to get much better than where he is. That's just a fact. Barabal might improve. Klo might improve. You know what? I think we give McChesney the chance. I gotta be honest, though. I'm tempted. I don't know what I want to do with Sidhu. Klo has the 86 offensive awareness, 88 for Kyler. I don't know if I want to play Sidhu on the 4th line, but I don't want to play Yamamoto on the 4th either. It's like, I suppose I could go these 4 or these 3 on the bottom 4. Yeah, you know what? Maybe have Lorentz at center and then just have someone play the off wing. That is a possibility, actually. I wouldn't even need someone to play the off wing. I could just play Kyler on the wing. We are revolutionizing the game here. Can you believe it? Rogalski looked to have declined a little bit. That works. Barabal, Sidhu, Yamamoto as the 3rd line. Jonas, McChesney, Belfour. I like it. I like it a lot. And then the power play is still set up in what the game considers an ideal way. Let's do it. I like the looks of this team. I still don't know how I feel about the blue, but we'll get over it eventually, maybe, or we'll get used to it. We'll either get used to it or we'll get over it. one of those two things will in fact happen. For now, let's get the scouting going. And let's quickly sim through the regular season. I might save the whole, looking at the stats for the beginning of next episode, just because that could take forever. We'll see how it goes. Depends on how quickly the sim goes. Of course, injuries aren't on, so really the only thing that we stop for are like, hey, you got to sign your RFAs. Here's the trade deadline, and of course, scouting, as we have lost a couple of games in the preseason. I think we went 6-1 in the preseason last year, so clearly we're going to be a worse team this year, right? Right. I'm intrigued to see what Tacoma can do as well. They've had a couple of half-decent seasons. They still pretty much have the same team, although granted, they have lost McChesney this season. But I'm intrigued to see what they can do. We finished 5-2 in the preseason. Is it any indication of how successful we will be this season? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, we do have a 1-1-1 record through our first 3 games, so I suppose anything is possible. Hit me with that scouting assignment. Hit me with the scouting assignment. Tacoma, by the way, good lord. That record can and will change quite drastically, I'm sure. But what a start to the year. I mean, a point streak to start the year through 6 games. That's absurd. And it ends. See? What a jinx I am. Before 3-1 for the Sea Cattle, 6-1-1 for the Tacoma Evergreens. Make it 7. Imagine. Just imagine. Dragons, first of all. Whatever it takes. There you go. Let's just put that song into your head, because it's been in my head on repeat since that damn Game 1 performance, just ruining my life. I don't even hate Imagine Dragons, but I kind of do now. Just because, like, why? Why is it so catchy? It doesn't make sense. Oh my god, midway through this episode, I've turned an entire 24. How'd that happen? I was feeling so good and upbeat and witty. I'm still witty. Just not in a very funny manner, but that was never the case, so it's not like I'm disappointing you or changing your opinion on anything. We have a winning record all of a sudden, which is nice. I wasn't expecting that. I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. I don't. Oh, I was going to say, imagine, imagine for just a moment that Tacoma makes the playoffs, the Sea Cattle do not, and Tacoma wins anything. They make it to the Calder Cup final. I would be so happy, yet so disappointed. I am also so tempted to just scout nothing but forwards here, but we know that's not going to work. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you scout a region, there will still be some players who are listed as unknown. And that'll still be the case of, you could sit there and you could scout SHL forwards for the entire season. You will still have players listed as unknown. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. It really, really is. I would love an MLB The Show style scouting system in this game, where you scout a region for players, and okay, at the start of the year you have some players, the well-knowns, but then as you scout a region you get access to more players, and then you scout those players individually. That would be nice. Instead, it's, hey, here's all the players. Sure, you can scout this region and this position for the entire year. We're still not going to give you the full information on some people because, whatever. And also, your scout has a letter grade that you cannot upgrade or change in any possible way. Just because. So that way, when you look at the game and you're like, that's kind of weird and kind of cheap, the game's just like, yeah, isn't it? Have fun. Deal with it. As I'm looking at my sleeping doggo. So that at the very least puts a bit of a smile on my face while I talk about EA randomness and such. While we sim through a season, both teams have decent records so far. A little bit concerned about Tacoma's lack of overtime losses. That could hurt them severely in terms of playoff opportunity or seeding, for that matter. We are already in February of 2034. Things are looking good for both squads. However, as we have found out on numerous occasions, things can change quite quickly. Things can change quite drastically. So we will not get our hopes up yet. It's close to getting to be that time to get our hopes up. But even then, you watch, somehow we'll only finish the wildcard team and we'll get stomped by Minnesota for 3 games. only to come back and lose in 7 in overtime. I can't let it go. It's eating me alive from the inside. That's okay, though. We'll get over it eventually. I hope we'll get over it eventually. We might not. We might never make the playoffs again. I say as we have a 35-15-7 record. Things could go horribly and terribly wrong for the rest of this series, and we might never get close. We might never get close to the Stanley Cup. It's a sad thing to say, but could very well be true. Am I just rambling almost nonsensically at this point? Yeah, kind of, because you know how this works. If I point out how well we're doing, if I reference anything to this season, the game will be like, oh, you're paying attention? 4 straight losses, crush your hopes and dreams. So I got to be careful with my wording. I do. Somehow, some way. I don't know if there's a secret microphone in the controller. I've taken apart plenty of Xbox controllers. Definitely not from, broken right bumpers from EA-related rage as I try to spam poke check like everyone else does. I would never do that. I would never try to spam poke and just destroy my right bumper like some people do. Although, side note, playing NHL on Battlefield, you will destroy the right bumper on an Xbox controller in a matter of months, if that. We have 44 wins on the season. That's right. I'm making reference to our record because New Day rocks and because both teams have at least 45 wins on the season and things could go quite well. I'm stopping the sim here on April 3rd. 47, 23, and 8 for the Sea Cattle. 47, 26, and 5 for Tacoma. Where are we? We are neck and neck with the Sharks. Oh my God, 102 points each. We might be able to pull off the impossible. And then down in the AHL, Tacoma have not yet clinched a playoff spot, but they are in a damn good spot with 99 points. So the Sea Cattle are indeed playoff bound yet again. We don't yet know about Tacoma, though. We have some big games here. Some very big games. And unfortunately, Tacoma lost to Syracuse. That's not going to help. We're playing the 40-win Habs. Can we get the win? Yes, we can. 5-2. Beautiful. We're playing the 34-win Lightning. Can we get the win? No, we cannot, and that might have ruined our division title hopes. 33-win Blue Jackets. We need a win. We get it, and it might come down to the last day of the season. 49 wins on the year. Can we hit 50 and potentially secure us a division title? Well, let's take a look. Tacoma, 48 wins on the year. Let's take a look, and if we have it. We have it. Oh my God, because Calgary and San Jose have already played 82. Ladies and gentlemen, although I think technically the term would be lady and gentlemen, the Seattle Sea Cattle have clinched a playoff spot. But not only have they clinched a playoff spot, we have clinched the Pacific Division. We have clinched the Western Conference. We're not going to win the President's Trophy. We can only finish with 108 points, and Florida have 109. If we beat Vancouver, who are not a playoff team, we finish with 108 points, and again, that conference title is already secured. That division title is already confirmed. That is ridiculous. And Tacoma are also playoff bound. They will be playing Binghamton in the next round. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's go ahead and sim through this final game against Vancouver. It was a 4-2 loss, so we don't hit the 50-win mark, but we are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. That is absolutely ridiculous. I am going to end the episode here because, needless to say, we have some things. Nope, I'm not. Let's go ahead and look at the stats because some things might have changed. I might need your opinion on something lineup related. So let's go ahead and look through this. Pete Rogalski with a 56-point season. So not bad. I mean, he's been good for 50 points over the last 5 years, so I am not complaining. A decent season for Pete. Trent Bengoa, our leading scorer. What a return to form for Trent. Back over 30 goals with a career high of 37 and a career high of 73 points. 23 of those points on the power play. That is also a career high. Almost dropped my controller. Trent Bengoa, now 32 years old. He's a grizzled veteran, and he is leading the way. He is our Alex Ovechkin. And Tommy Tunnell, 14 goals, 44 assists. Our Backstrom, a bit of a return to form as well. Up to, well, I mean, not really a return to form. He actually dropped below 60 points for the first time in 3 seasons. But he has not posted less than 54 points since 2026. So Tommy Tunnell continues to produce. That top line continues to be great for us. Manny Jonas on the second line, yet again, back-to-back 30-point seasons. It was his 4th year here, 2 straight 60-point years, a little bit down from last year, but a great season as well for Manny Jonas. Ronald McChesney, not so much, 19 points in his rookie season. So you could argue, number one, that he'd be better suited as a two-way despite the passing skill. What do you think? I guess we'll take a look at the lines, but there you go. I was wondering if there'd be a question like that. There is. Do we drop Ronald McChesney down to a lower line? Belfour, 36 points. A massive drop-off for him. Back-to-back 50-point seasons, but back to where he was before that in the 30-point range. So, interesting numbers there from Belfour. Cedric Barabal, also not quite what I was looking for. 2 more points than last season, but 5 fewer goals. So I'm having to wonder here. McChesney, Barabal, Sid, who at least had a decent season, 28 points. So, I mean, not bad. 10 more points than what he had in his rookie season. And Kyler Yamamoto with that power play time still put up 45 points. So, yeah. I mean, already I'm thinking something like that. Third line, Clow, 19 points. Not terrible. 13 goals. The 18 points for Chuck Lorentz. And Sutter, not too bad, 22 points. So let me know what you guys think as far as line combos go. I mean, I think the obvious decision is to bump up Kyler. Sure, his point totals are where they are because of the power play time, but still, he made the most of it. Dom Wakabayashi, only 9 points, but a plus 17. So he has 3 straight 9-point seasons. So consistent. In all 3 years, different goal and assist mark. Evan O'Donnell, Mr. Evan Eric Carlson O'Donnell, returns to form with a 54-point season. Again, ridiculous. In his 7 years now at the NHL level, he's only posted below 50 points twice. That is ridiculous. Second line, Lucas Reza, only 7 points, but a plus 15. 19 points, for Sam Millet with a plus 15, so the defense was looking good. And until you get to the third pairing, plus-minus wise, at least 20 points for Corey Parker, 16 points for Bishop, both -3. So overall, I'm happy with the defense. It's just what do we do, aside from Jonas and Belfour, who are going to stay there, what do we do with the rest of the team? The goaltender. Julian. Oh, I need sleep. Julian. Joshua Oshie. Didn't we have a Julian? We had a Julian. Joshua Julian Oshie. We call him JJ. 937 save percentage, arguably his best season ever. 65 appearances, 42 wins, and 187 goals against average, and 5 shutouts. This is getting real interesting now in terms of me stumbling and stammering over everything. And by far, it's his best season ever. What a year for Joshua Oshie. Hargrave as well as the backup. 17 appearances, 7 wins, 921 save percentage, 4 shutouts, and a 245 GAA. Not upset at all to see those numbers from a 78 overall goaltender. Our top 6 delivered, aside from McChesney. Our defense, particularly O'Donnell, delivered, and our goaltending was spectacular. As far as call-up options, though, Hamhuis, Rintoul, Volk, and Bitts, or do we keep the players that we currently have and just reorder the lineup? Let me know what you think. Not what do you think or what do you think, what you think. Let me know. Damn, this episode's going to be almost an hour, but at least I got us back on a good path where we can kind of go, hopefully series by series with the playoffs here if we don't completely collapse. But what a year second best, no, third best record in the league, tied for third with the Penguins. Our goal average, 2.57 per game, outside of the top 10. Our goals against average, though, a 2.1, which was tied for third lowest in the league. 17.4% on the power play, which was mid-table, maybe slightly more towards the bottom. And our penalty kill was decent, about mid-table, 83.5. So we might have to address the power play. We might have to address some of the offensive line combinations, but for the most part, we looked tremendous. We had our best result yet, but can we carry that success over to the playoffs as Trent Bengoa was top 5 in scoring? That is the question. Can we do it? I don't know. This isn't Bob the Builder. So yeah, add that to the Bob the Builder reference counter, which is now a thing as of today. I bet Vyacheslav Jas. I got nothing to say to that. What I do have to say is I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for watching, though. I hope you did enjoy this. Just I don't know how to describe this episode. I hope it was at least entertaining or provided great background noise to you. In which case, thank you for making Tougie24 your background noise provider of choice. Thank you for your flight. The peanuts are complimentary. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ding, ding. Fight's over. It's a knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Links are in the description to my Twitter and Twitch. On the Twitch side of things, we got some emotes coming that are going to change the game. These emotes are so strong, they'll blow out your fucking knees. Thank you for watching. I love you all. And until next time, goodbye.